And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Oh, it's the wrong scene. There we go. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our third match of the night. We just wrapped up with Hero versus Bunny, and now we're diving into MaxPax versus Firefly. And I am excited. I'm ready for it. I'm a big fan of Firefly. He was the rising star of 2023. He achieved so much, he improved so much last year. He was the MVP of WTL Summer and arguably WTL Winter as well when it came to the round robin season. And now we're coming in for a rematch. Spawning in the top right hand corner of Equilibrium, we have MaxPax for Psystorm Gaming. And spawning in the top left, we have his opponent, we have the Chinese Protoss player from the Platinum Heroes. It is Firefly. I can't believe my eyes. It's Firefly. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. You can place your bets on how you think this series will unfold in this best of 3. Unfortunately, I can't predict because I'm a mod, but I would 100% be putting I'd be putting my grapes on Firefly. Now, by no means is Firefly the favorite. Not at all. MaxPax is the favorite player, but they did face off a couple of weeks ago in ESL Open Cup Americas. And if you were here on the channel, you would have seen it. We casted it, and we casted MaxPax versus Firefly in the finals of ESL Open Cup Americas in a best of 5, and they went all the way to the ace match. Firefly was one of the few players to make MaxPax bleed in a PvP. This is one of his specialities. Firefly, he is damn good at PvP. He's taking down players like Classic, taking down players like Hero. He is taking down players like MaxPax. Can he do it again? Can he take him down in a best of 3? I'm here for it. I am ready for it. Let's go. Let us go. As for the time being, we do see some interesting openers between our players. Fun fact, MaxPax is going for a gate expand. Firefly is going for a 1 base all-in. Now, Firefly has beaten MaxPax with 1 base all-ins before. Can he achieve it again here? Now, we are on Equilibrium. There is no ramp leading into the natural, so MaxPax is going to be that much more exposed. But MaxPax is opening up with a double gas opener. It's a double gas opener out of MaxPax. That means one thing. That means typically Stargate before expansion. So even though MaxPax is setting up on the low ground, there it is, Stargate is on the way, which means faster Void Rays, which means a stronger defense early on. So MaxPax, he's expecting a 1 base all in, he's preparing for it, when Zealot first, but he misses the proxy. Does miss the proxy in the end. Zealot, he's looking for it, it looks like he will come across that gateway, he's aware, he's ready. He is going to be getting ready for it. Zealot already just chipping away at that pylon. A very strong start here from MaxPax. Let's go. Shield battery is on the way as well. Second pylon gets thrown down to keep everything powered to make sure that we can make use of this gateway, but not the best start from Firefly as he can't really vie for control of this area. Ooh, that's going to be a kill on the pylon. Gateway gets depowered. Second pylon is on the way, but I think this pylon, it's going to be close. It does finish. Can Firefly save it? Stalker has arrived. He's going to try and draw away a bit of attention here. Firefly, supply blocks. No shot. He's supply block. He can't make anything, and that means he's going to be shut down again. The DPS is just a little bit too high, and the pylon goes down. Big pick off, and this may have ended before it could really begin. This is just far too late. It's just far too delayed here. Now we have another Stalker on the way, but MaxPax, he already has the Void Ray in production. He already has the Natural in the way as well. MaxPax, he has so much time to prepare. MaxPax should be okay. He should not die to this. Should. There's always a chance, but again, like, this is a strong start for MaxPax. Meanwhile, he went Oracle first, and he gets into the middle line. Probe's going to be going down, and we are crippling the economy here. Firefly has nothing left back at home. Firefly is now completely all in. He is committed. All MaxPax has to do is survive. All he has to do is survive this push, survive this all in. Void Ray arrives, and yeah, we shut this down. There's no way to push in. 10 workers go down across the map, and MaxPax will be looking to just have a dominant start here in this series. The Stalkers, they even shot the gateway for a moment there. A little bit of nerves. We go for the dive here. GG gets called. There's nothing left, and MaxPax will survive. We'll take game number 1. GG. GG, well played. A very important scout. A very important scout from MaxPax. He saw that gateway very early on, so he could shut it down. And as soon as that pylon fell, like, things were looking more and more dire for Firefly. He was just so delayed in his all-in And not just that, but the Oracle across the map was the cherry on top to just force the all-in, to force the commitment from Firefly. So a very nice handling of the situation for MaxPax. Again, we've seen Firefly cheese him and all-in him on Equilibrium before, so MaxPax learning from their previous experience, this time he will not be done dirty. This time MaxPax will not lose on Equilibrium. He fights back. He does fight back, and with that, we're now going to be getting into game number 2. Game number 2 is going to be on Hecate, and I expect a very similar approach here when it comes to MaxPax being the defender and Firefly being the aggressor. Now, we have seen Firefly play more economically against MaxPax. That has happened before, so we'll see how he approaches this. Again, Hecate is a very defendable map. It's very defendable here. We could try to go for a Proxy Stargate. Proxy Stargate is pretty common on Hecate just because of how large it is, and Proxy Stargate is just a way to get ahead in the economy and get into your natural base. We'll see. We'll see what Firefly decides to do here in game number 2 as we are loading on in. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have our Danish Protoss, MaxPax for Sidestorm Gaming. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Chinese Protoss player for the Platinum Heroes, Firefly. Let's go. So once again, MaxPax is going to be going for a gate expand setup. Now, just like the previous game, I expect MaxPax to go for a double gas opener into a delayed expansion, but we'll see if he does decide to cut some corners. Meanwhile, it's going to be a 2-gate opener from Firefly. So far, things looking very similar to game number 1. Very similar, but this time Firefly isn't being active with a probe. He isn't going for a proxy yet. Isn't going for a proxy for the time being. Gases are on the way. Second gateway should be thrown down. Has been thrown down here from Firefly. MaxPax not quite investing into his own. My eyes are on Max. He's going for the expansion. He's going for a gate expand. Throwing caution to the wind. Let's go. Okay, MaxPax. This is a different opener. It looks the same, but it's different. So remember, last game, MaxPax went for a second gas before expanding, and he went for a faster Cybercore. He went for a faster Stargate before that natural base. This time, very greedy. Very greedy build here from MaxPax, much more than the previous game, and Firefly is going for one base all in. This is going to be more successful for Firefly. Will it be enough to kill MaxPax? We'll see. But so far, this is a good start for Firefly. Just because MaxPax is cutting corners. I think MaxPax is hoping that here in game 2, it's going to be like a proxy Stargate or a more economic opener and a more economic build out of Firefly. So MaxPax taking a big risk here. He does take a big risk. We'll see if he can survive. Stalkers are on the way. Gateway has been set up. So far, unscouted. There is the Stargate from MaxPax, but again, this is a later Stargate compared to game 1. So all the production is later for MaxPax. All the tech is later for MaxPax. When he doesn't scout, oh my god. I mean, oh yeah, Max, he hasn't seen it yet. He is checking with his adepts. He's scouring portions of the map before moving out. Firefly is going to be committed. Adept does run into the Stalkers. Shade are going to be threatening the main base, and Firefly should be keeping up with the Shade as well. Shield battery in production. This should be a Void Ray first. I'm going to be concerned if it's an Oracle first. There it is, Void Ray. Thank God. So MaxPax is going for the Void Ray first here, which will help. Trying to get into that Oracle like he did in the previous game would be just far too risky. Good target firing here out of MaxPax. Making use of that shield battery. Adept does arrive as well, but it does get caught out. Yeah, nice control from both players. MaxPax, he does get behind the wall. Void Ray is going to pop out. Does sustain quite a bit of hull damage. The Void Ray does arrive. We have 2 more shield batteries on the way. 3 in total plus an overcharge. Firefly hasn't lost anything yet. He's getting a lot of damage done to that Cybercore. Can he deny Warp Gate? Can he deny Warp Gate as it is so close to finishing, but he has far too many Stalkers? Yeah, it's going to go down. Big pick off here from Firefly. Warp Gate does not finish. We do have a second Void Ray in production. That Stargate, though, taking a lot of damage. Oh my god. Be so careful. We're going for the dive. Second Void Ray arrives, though. Boys are being pulled. MaxPax, he's holding. 2 Void Rays does pose a massive threat, and he picks off 1 Stalker. Finally, the first unit goes down for Firefly. There's a second Stalker that's very low. Getting very delicate control out of Firefly. He's trying to lure out the army. Trying to lure out that Void Ray. Gets the gateway. Third Void Ray is halfway done. Do end up getting a couple of volleys in. Can we shut down the Stargate? We can! It's so close! It's so damn close. It looks like the Void Ray does arrive just in time. 1 second later and it would have been denied, and that could have been game. Now, we have lost control of the natural in a way. There's no more production. MaxPax is rebuilding his Cybercore, which means he doesn't have another Stargate or a Robo. Can we break in? Overcharge is popped. Overcharge is popped. We have to respect it. Firefly, he is gaining ground. Robo in production. We throw down a wall of shield batteries and cannons. Another shield battery does fall. Oh, bit of an overextension from Firefly. Loses another Stalker. Again, we don't have that many Stalkers to work with. Does get a Void Ray. Trades 2 Stalkers for a Void Ray, though. Oh, we lost a lot of DPS there. We lost a lot of the army. Another Stalker goes down. But here come the reinforcements. Reinforcements have arrived. There's only 2 Void Rays left. Can we break through? Pylon goes down. Stalker as well. Good pickoffs here. There's only 2 Void Rays left. We are so close to breaking MaxPax. He has nothing else in production. Robo finished. There we go. Immortal's on the way. Immortal is on the way. We need to kill these Void Rays before the Immortal comes out. That is not Trace's Pylon, but a second Pylon does finish. Does finish in time. That Immortal is on the way. It's being chronoed as we speak. Overcharges popped, buying even more time here for MaxPax. Again, it's a very tight hold. Warp Gate is being researched. We have 1 gateway. There we go. The Immortal arrives, and we may have taken too long. Like, there was a big moment here for Firefly. Does trigger the shields. Does trigger the shields, and oh, he gets a volley up on the Immortal. He gets it. Immortal's going to go down. Good pick off there from Firefly. 2 Void Rays left. Warp Gate is going to finish in a couple of seconds. But we have lost the natural. But Firefly, we have to keep going. This is not enough. We have to keep pushing from here. Taking a bit of damage from the cannon. He is slowly pushing in. Yeah, Warp Gate is done. We have sentries on the way for force fields. And even though Firefly has broken the natural base, he needs to break the main. And with sentries, that's going to be so difficult. Yeah, with the high ground as well. Oh, my apologies. Sorry, that was sentries from Firefly, not from MaxPax. Warp Gate is done. He has a second gateway on the way. Okay, there we go. There's the sentry. Sentry in production here for MaxPax. He's moving up with his Void Rays. Bold move here from MaxPax. But he feels safe knowing he has a force field. Oh, Firefly bled out 16 Stalkers. And he's not ready back at home. He may have to recall. The Void Rays are going to cancel this expansion. What can they get done, though? They pick up a probe. They don't go for the expansion. They're going for the production instead. They're going for the Pylon! The gateways! And Artosis Pylon. We force a recall. Big move here from MaxPax. Oh, he doesn't recall everything, though. I like this. I like this from Firefly. So the goal here from MaxPax is to force back the army to expand. Like MaxPax, he wants to take another base. But Firefly does leave units here across the map, making it that much more difficult for MaxPax to expand. Oh. Does throw down a force field. Buying time. Immortals have arrived. And Firefly has to respect this. He has to back off. So from here, the game is going to settle down. Firefly does have an economic lead. Firefly has a faster expansion. But MaxPax has the better army. He has 2 Immortals and 2 Void Rays. He has these 2 Immortals and 2 Void Rays. He is going to be moving out. Can Firefly hold on here? Oh, the sentry. We're going for the force field. We could. We could force field the ramp. We have to be very careful with how we maneuver. Immortals into the main base. We do have Stalkers in position, but the pylon is going to go down. We depower the gateways once again. Brutal Artosis pylon there from Firefly. And at the same time, MaxPax, he does rotate over. The SimCity working against Firefly, he just can't rotate over. It's taking him too long. Stalker's out of position. Overcharge is popped. We're going to be able to hold on 4 now. Man, this SimCity is brutal for Firefly. And reinforcements are on the way. MaxPax applying a lot of pressure here. He has 3 Immortals. So much DPS with this army. Overcharge was already popped. But we do lose a Void Ray. Good concave here from Firefly. He's going to try and collapse on this army. And it looks like the boys, yeah, they have to be pulled. A lot of Stalkers going down. Good juggling out of Firefly. Very nice juggling here from our Red Protoss. Again, he only has 2 gateways powered. Limited warp-ins available here from Firefly. Warping in across the... He's crazy! He warps in across the map instead. Stalker's in position. Oh, he's trying to get on top of that Prism. From behind as well. Deft does get into the mineral line. And Prism goes down. But the Immortals, they reign supreme. We're going to get a couple of probe kills, but at the same time, the Immortals, they depower the gateways once again. Overcharge is popped. Good positioning. We force a recall. We lose 1 Immortal. From here, Firefly still maintains a lead. He has a supply lead. He killed 2 Void Rays. He killed 1 Immortal. He killed the Prism. MaxPax he's in a bit of trouble. Especially because he's rebuilding the Warp Prism. Which means he doesn't have Immortal production right now. He has 2 Immortals back at home. MaxPax is going to be on the back foot. He will have a shield battery. He will have defender's advantage. Should have an overcharge. Firefly is pushing. Can we pull this off? Firefly is so close to breaking his opponent. Going for the Prism drop into the main base, but there are Stalkers in position. He has to be very careful. Prism does take a lot of damage. Gets 1. Gets 2. Good pickoffs. 2 Stalkers go down. He wants the sentries if possible, but he will be forced back. Firefly taking a 3rd base. Recalls back home. Adepts do make it in. They get 3 probe kills. Good damage. Firefly has to be very careful. He has to respect these Stalkers. Cannot lose that Prism. Oh, he's going to take a lot of damage. The Prism! Shows the Prism. It's going to go down. Big overextension from Firefly. Losing 2 Immortals. Big loss. Big loss for Firefly. Something he could not afford. And with that, MaxPax is still in this. Now, Firefly still maintains his economic lead, but losing 2 Immortals does mean that he has a weaker army, straight up. In a head-to-head fight, I have to favor MaxPax. He's already got +1 attack, and we've got +2 on the way. Firefly doesn't have any of his Forge upgrades. Again, this SimCity is so brutal. Here we go, MaxPax pushing towards a 3rd. Observer does get picked off. It's going to be forced back. So far, Overcharge does help Firefly hold on. He goes to the dive. Does get the Prism, but he does take a lot of damage. Gets a 2nd Immortal. And he's losing far too much, though. MaxPax pushing in. Do you have another weapon of Stalkers? Firefly, he did lose a lot in that fight. He's down in the Stalker count. Yeah, the concave in favor of MaxPax. Still maintains that Immortal as well, and it may just be too much. Yeah, we're pushing on in. Good juggling out of Firefly, but he loses the Prism, and it looks like MaxPax, he will break through. Firefly may be up in workers, but he is down, far down in army supply. This was so close. This was such a close game here from Firefly. GG gets called. MaxPax does fight back, does take the 2-0. GG. GG, well played. God, he was so close. Firefly was so close to clutching out that game, but there were a couple of missteps here and there. Unfortunately, again, the SimCity was so brutal. Working against Firefly in his main base, he was having a really hard time keeping up with the Immortals. Likewise, when it came to him breaking the natural, I do think that there was a couple of opportunities where he could have had a little bit more urgency, or there were a couple of moments where he was bleeding out too many Stalkers. He bled out too many Stalkers, didn't trade well enough, and eventually MaxPax was able to get out ahead there. And of course, maybe the biggest moment actually after the early game, as we were getting into the mid game, was Firefly losing those Immortals. Imagine that final fight with two Immortals and the War Prism as well for Firefly, and he easily holds that. But he did overextend with his Immortal drop. He lost 2 Immortals across the map, and suddenly everything swung in favor of MaxPax. GG, well played. Was a 2-0, but that was a good series. GG, well played. With that, we are going to be getting ready for our final series of the night. Meanwhile, big shout out to Night Phoenix. Thank you so much for the raid. Quack. Quack, puppy, quack. Thank you so much. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Best of luck tonight in the Christmas Cup. We're going to be casting the Christmas Cup, and we may cast some Night Phoenix in a couple of hours because we do have a second broadcast later on tonight. Until then, though, we're going to be going on a short break, and we're going to be diving into Clem versus Maru. See you soon.